Thank you for welcoming me. Wow, I am humbled even to be part of you in this ministry. Thank you so much. I want now to tell my story. My name's Lydia. My name is Lydia Gadoni Muirore. Muirore is my father. Not biological father, but my father who brought me up. I was born in 1966 on 19th of November, and I was born being a girl. And because of that, being a girl, I was rejected by my father. My mother had 3 girls, and my father wanted a boy. Now, being a girl, I was rejected. So after that, my mother was chased away. Well, I was just only 6 months by that man from Nyeri, a place called Nyeri, Karatina. And after that, my mother went and she struggled with us. She got another man who was called Muirore, and he brought us up. He was a father in the house because he was a great father. He had a fatherly heart. When I was growing up, I passed through rejection, and I think myself it is because of the rejection of my biological father. So I came away with that rejection. My mother used to beat me. My mother used to abuse me. At the age of 13 years, I took my first drugs to kill myself. Unfortunately, I didn't die. I took another medicines at 15 years. I didn't die. And after that time of 15 years, I went and looked for my biological father. When I went there, my father was a policeman, a very senior policeman. He didn't accept me. So I felt so bad, and I felt back by my father. Although my father who brought me up was a very good father. After 16 years, I took another tablets. I was taking my and chloroquine. The next step, I took 8 of them, so I didn't die. The third step, I took 10 tablets of chloroquine, but still I didn't die. I was taken to the hospital, admitted, and even themselves, they didn't know that I was taking some medicines because I used to vomit. And after that, through that rejection, I got married at the age of 18 years through the rejection of my mother. Because my mother used to beat me, to abuse me, to change me, because of primary to class 7, I went from 2, I went to 2 schools. So I just decided myself to get married. But somebody who loved. When I got married, I went through some other problems because of my husband. He loved me, but somehow, we are all of us young. I was 18, he was 22. I gave birth to my children, 3 of them. There is a difference of 2 years. And he used to go out and then coming back, morality. And I was not happy, but I just decided to stay and to relax and to build my house. And I gave my firstborn, my fourth of 6 years, and gave another different of 2 years. So there were 5 of them. After that, my husband died in 1997. And when he died, that 1997, he died because of HIV and AIDS. That time, I think everybody know that Kenya, it was so bad because of that. there was a lot of stigma, a lot of rejection. So I was rejected. Even when my husband was sick, nobody took care of him. Where I'm born, where I'm married, I was left alone. All my business went out because of the trouble, and they went down because of money. We need money for hospital, we need money for food, children are in school, and I was just only now alone. And before he came, I remember when I was praying for him, he was in Mombasa. Because when I got pregnant of my firstborn, he rejected me. He said that he does not want another boy because the first boys, four boys, the first ones are boys. So he said, I don't want any other boy. Reason, it was because they were not in agreement or they were not in one accord with his elder brother, so he could not want to give birth a name after his brother. So he left us when my pregnancy was just only 2 months. He went and no communication, no anything. So I struggled alone again with that pregnancy, children. And after that, when I was praying for him, that time God used to write for me at the wall. He wrote for me HIV and AIDS. And I asked God, what is this? He said, your husband is sick. Now, as we gave birth, I stayed until the child was 3 months. And that's the time he came, and I was in the garden cultivating with my sons. We saw him coming. When I saw him, the children were so much excited, but myself, I was worried, and my stomach was full of water. Wondering, what do I do? And God spoke to me, told me, do not fear. Don't, if you think you will never die because of it. Now, that was the most dangerous time and worried time because I was asking myself, what do I do? And let me tell you, it went from a story knowing that he is positive and I was negative. It was very, very painful. But because I had it from God, I had to obey. I have trained myself to obey. And that time I was just 1993. 93, my firstborn was just only 1 month and I got saved. So now 95, that's the time God is speaking to me through what, and sometimes I was not understanding, but I chose to obey because the pastor who was pastoring me taught me to obey everything which you heard from God. When my husband got sick, nobody could come and help us, nobody could give us anything, even man itself, because it was HIV. When he died, before he died, God spoke to him and told him to go to one of the prophets. That prophet is still alive, he's called Julius Karenga, and when he was sent there, he refused to go. And when he refused to go, before he died 3 months, God saved. So then he died. I was asking God, how comes he got saved? And then you took him. God spoke to me, told me, if I have spared him, he could not get the inheritance of kingdom of heaven. And I relaxed. God spoke to me, told me, your Moses is dead now, but the Joshua take over your children to Canaan. I thank God now it is, I think it is 26 years ago. God has been so faithful. My children are grown up and I have seen God working for me. That rejection is Nairobi. When I came to Nairobi, 1999, because I was chased away by the same brother-in-law with a panga, with sword, with his wife and children, and I was chased away. I just went with 3 clothes and walked away. When I reached Nairobi, I went to my late sister who died the same time with my husband. I went to his house. Again, I was chased by my mother and my biological father at midnight. He chased me away. I went to one of the friends, and that friend of mine, my mother came because she was an old woman. My mother came and chased me again from there, and I just went. I started now sleeping in the church, sleeping where I got night clubs, night, overnight hotels, 24 hours hotel. So I used to be there, and one day, one of them, I think it was 1999, 2000, one man took advantage of what I was going through. He told me that we are going to get a house where you can pay fees, that 300 or 500. When I went, he took advantage, and at long last, he left me. When he left me, immediately I conceived. I got now the 6th child. Now, when the pregnancy was 5 months, I went at home, I took my children, I decided now to die with my children wherever I be. I took them, I came with them. When I took them, let me tell you, my brothers-in-laws and my sisters, they came, they refused the firstborn. They said the firstborn is their child. They know him, they don't know me. And they took that boy and left them with that boy. They said they are going to circumcise him, but they didn't do anything. The boy came to Nairobi to look for me. I thank God because they knew where they can get me, because I used to be in CFF church, so they used to know where they can get me. The son came and she brought me, and that's how I came to circumcise him at the age of 18. The second born was circumcised at the age of 17, the third born at the age of 16, the fourth born at the age of 15. All that, I give God all the glory, because I have seen him walking with me. Although I have gone through hell, that rejection went even the church. Where I go, the rejection still comes. Even that time when I gave birth to that child, nobody understood what I was going through, but I was rejected. And I went to another church. The late Jokayo took me, and he embraced me so much. He encouraged me for a period of 1 year. I could walk to the office how I want. He would give me money. Even he was the one who gave me to circumcise the firstborn. And after that, God still sent me back to CFF again. And I went 2004. I was there for a whole year. And God is so faithful, because he made us to come back together with my bishop, and the relationship became now good. Because the other time he told me they have never seen a servant of God getting pregnant, so that's how they could not embrace me. Now, through this journey of salvation even itself, I have seen so many temptations. My houses have been closed. I have slept outside. I have slept with my children in the church. But through this, God has been working with me, because there is a time my house used to be closed now and then, and God spoke to me, give me a key, a very small key, of a small padlock. And I used to open every padlock, and it was a master key for me. Even the agents themselves, they did not understand, but God did it. I have seen God doing miracles, stuff, this powerful stuff, using it without paraffin inside. And God has done it. I have seen God sending people, giving me provision of food. There is a time Bishop Harrison, Archbishop, used to give food from his house for a period of 2 years. And that food used to come purposely written for Pastor Lydia. So I used to pick those food for 2 years. Another woman God was sent by God from Australia. He used to send money to one of the pastors called Kiselay, and they gave me for 5 years food. This journey, I have seen God be faithful, despite the challenges that I have gone through. The goodness of God is more than what I have gone through. I have seen God doing great things. Apart from my healing, I have seen God healing me, even my body, because I have seen God healing me. There is a time I was diagnosed with cancer of uterus. Then that time they were testing if ice can kill the cells of cancer. And my uterus was not removed. They just cut that growth, and it was well. From 2015 up to now, I have never been in such situation. I have never been. I don't have any growth. I have been tested, and God has been so faithful. There is a time I had a big heart, and God enlarged heart, and God healed me. This is the God we serve. So, despite what I have gone through, I have seen many goodness of God. His mercy endures forever. His goodness and faithfulness with forever and ever. Amen. He is Jehovah Rapha. He is Jehovah Nissi. So whatever he has done for me, oh, he is a wonderful God. I had a problem of backache. And this backache, it was very severe. When I went to MRI, it was L2, L3, L4, L5, and S1. They were saying they are supposed to be removed because there's some bone which has oppressed those nerves, through nerves. And now, God, to 2018, that's the time I was done that MRI. 2021, God healed me miraculously because God spoke to me and God told me, do not take those tablets again. And immediately I took a step and didn't took those tablets again. Up to now, I don't have any problem of backache. Even the time last year I had a problem of left leg, and it was too much for me because it was painful. It was painful. It was painful. They were saying it is because of the backache, and I can assure you, when I went to spine doctors, I told them there is no way God can heal me backache, and then you still say it is the same that spine which is bringing this problem. Me, I believe they said that I'm supposed to be done operation. I said no. Me, I thank God for where He has brought me and where I'm going. I know He is a wonderful God. He is a great, great God, and He is a marvelous God, King of kings and the Lord of gods. I love Him so much because He created me with His own image. My children are doing well. I thank God despite the challenges. I have seen God removing one of my sons, my third son, from slums, from alcoholic. He was full of wounds. He was a drunk person, and right now he is saved. Hallelujah. You woman who is there, listen to me. and your children are destroyed by the enemy, believe me that can change. Even if you see that he is so that my son was a sweet child, and he has stayed that way for 20 years. If you get something, maybe we need to go to pick him, whether there's a burial or something else. We used to go with the shoes, we go with the shirt, we go with the trouser, we go with the boxer, everything, because I will go with the money to shave him so that he may come and see big like a man. That one didn't make me to be not to reject him, but we still loved him until God rescued him. He is a good man right now, and we thank God for what God has done in our lives.
Will you be the next woman to tell your story? Be blessed.